Salute.
Cilantro.
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 I was gonna ask you to wear your black heavy heart shirt with the gold. That way we can match our little icon. But I didn't think about it.
I don't have one.
I just you do, don't you?
No.
With the gold that says heavy heart?
On here. Right here.
Oh, you don't have it on your chest?
Nope.
So I just created a shirt for you that doesn't exist in your picture.
It represents the brand, and that's all that matters. And it looks good.
Exactly.
That image looks amazing, by the way. You did a great job on that. Our little background
logo. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, I guess we should segue into intro.
Sure.
You want to go first since you're on the right side of the screen?
My name is Francisco Rosario. Nice to meet all of y'all. I went to school with Jay. Went to the same school. We went to art school. I am an artist, kind of, and I do things like photography. I guess you could say graphic design. I call myself a collagist when it comes to photography. I'm working on some drawings. I have a clothing brand. You see, I drew this. HHC, Heavy Heart Club, for all my heavy-hearted individuals out there.
Everybody's you could purchase a great shirt like that in the link below, by the way.
Oh, we're dropping links already?
Yeah.
We're moving different. All right.
Make your money, son.
And then who do I have on my left-hand side over here?
Oh.
Right-hand side. I don't know.
I guess it would be your left. What's up, guys? My name is Jeremiah. You could call me Jay. A lot of people call me Jay. I actually kind of prefer that. Now it's just easier. I don't know. I like to create. I kind of dabble in a lot of things. What's that saying? I'm a
jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades, but a master of none. Because a master of
because a jack of all trades
is better than a master of one.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I dabble in photography, dabble in filmmaking, graphic design, illustration, digital art, and whatever. I don't know. I have this weird mind where I just like to create, and I think this is fitting to do a podcast with my good friend I went to school with at the Art Institute. That is no longer there anymore. So that's pretty much who I am. That's pretty much who Frankie is. We're just trying to create a platform for us to.
I love that our school no longer exists. It's like it's like we're like X-Men, and we've
jokes on you, AI.
We went to this made-up school. We're so creative. We invented a school.
Yeah, exactly. Our mind works in ways where it doesn't exist. It never existed. We were actually two bums on the side of the street, and
we invented everybody that we ever met.
Yeah, exactly. We got a hold of some type of drink, and everything's made up. Nothing exists besides this podcast.
We should get that turned into a show.
It'd be like Mr. Nobody, but.
I actually never watched that, and you really tried to push that.
It's a really good movie. Really, really good movie. But that's who we are. What's the reason for this podcast, Frankie? I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, but
besides an excuse to drink, the reasons we're starting this is because this show is a reason that I feel like an artist. That's why. It makes me feel until this year I would not have called myself an artist, or I don't know. That feels weird to say because I've been creating.
So you were converted into a cartoon character,
right? Like Fat Albert or something.
Oh my God.
In reverse, like I went into the screen. I don't. That,
We're not gonna advertise anything Bill Cosby on the show.
no advertisements. Who even is that? Who even
What?
Bing Crosby? So
And Crosby, yeah.
yeah. So um, it's another excuse to talk more about art and be more involved in the art world. For me, it's a
Yeah.
great
I
another
think I
outlet.
think it's a great platform to network. Just I don't know, like what I threw this idea at you about a year and a half ago in regards to
Mhm.
creating a podcast because every time me and Frankie would actually conversate, especially after you moved back home to New York, um, we would always talk about art. We would talk about creating. We would talk about mental health. We would talk about the struggles of being an artist. We would talk about the struggles of finding clients or just like what we should pay or structure or starting businesses like you did with HHC, Heavy Heart Club, which you could check them out in the link below. Yeah, look at it.
Look at him. He's smoking
Big.
a cigarette. It's a gorilla smoking a cigarette, drinking Korean
Sheesh.
alcohol.
Is that what that is? Korean alcohol?
Yep, it's the same one
Details. Hell yeah.
it's the one he drinks in the Ichima video.
I like the way you think. This is
Yeah.
why I have Frankie on.
Yeah, this is kind of random.
Yeah.
Do Filipinos drink Korean wine or Korean alcohol?
I don't know. I've never had it, but I'm only half, and I've never been to the Philippines. So
It was just a TikTok that I saw, and they were drinking it. They were talking about being Filipino, and
what
I
about
think
Dominicans?
what do we
Have you
drink?
tried it?
Drink what?
Korean wine.
Are you a no? You're Dominican too.
Let me get this out of frame.
No sponsorships. No, we only drink rum that we find in the Caribbean in barrels underneath
So
the ocean.
Frankie, I'm not sure if you guys know, but Frankie actually last time wasn't last time. It was like before you moved to New York. No, you already moved, and you brought Melissa, Frankie's girlfriend, and you brought me some Dominican whiskey or rum,
Rum, yeah.
which is really, really good.
I'm glad you liked it. It was
And
it's in a fucking fishnet. That's what
yeah, I was gonna say it's in like a fishnet. I was thinking, I was trying when you were talking about I don't know, you're talking about something in like a device or I don't know. It just made me think because
yeah.
the way my mind works.
That's
Shit, dude, it's always good seeing you.
it's nice seeing you too. I feel like just yesterday we were playing Duck Duck Goose.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday we're having Bible study.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Is that our segue into Bible study? Because we have to tell them about how we met in Bible study,
Yeah.
and we're not religious, but Bible study
Not at all.
is part of how we got.
No offense to
along.
anybody who are religious or believe in.
By any means, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Bible study. We're talking about Bible study.
Bible study, what it really was a congregation of like-minded art students to get together and play beer pong. But we didn't want to shout that out down the hallway. So we would say, hey man, you going to Bible study later? And then we would know that we were all getting together to embrace art and to get our asses kicked in beer pong by Jeremiah.
This is very true. So so Bible study was something I came up with because prior to me and Frankie meeting, I actually started it at the school a year before you, Frankie, I believe, or a year and a half.
Right.
And I ended up taking a year off, but the first part of the year,
I showed up.
freshman in college, I met a lot of creative people. We created a group of like-minded creative individual and kind of mesh them together. We were trying to be Odd Future 2.0 pretty much, or just ASAP Mob 2.0. I don't know. It was just a group of like 30 people. And unfortunately, I mean, I love every single member that was part of that group, but unfortunately, we found ourselves partying instead of doing things creative and networking and just collabing. So
I wasn't part of that group, right? That was the one before.
no, that was a different group. Oats, shout outs to Oats. But yeah, no, we ended up just partying a lot more and getting in trouble, and a couple members getting kicked out of school, and it made me realize like, oh fuck, like I'm at this art school and I'm not really focusing on shit that I wanted to.
30
So
people. 30 people sounds like a gang. Like that's so many.
bro.
Hey, bro, run me a canvas, bro. Yeah,
Bro, honestly, we were labeled as a gang at that school.
What with the name like Oats? That's nice.
Oh, well, Oats was a short for Old American Teenage Story. So pretty much that meant we were young adults with stories and different backgrounds. Americans, yeah. Adults in America with different backgrounds, different skills that we wanted to put together and create. And our biggest motto was standing out while blending in, or some shit like that.
Okay, I like that. Damn, I wish I would have been. I remember. I'm gonna tell the story about how you tried to recruit me as a prank. Remember what you said I had to do to get in? He said I had to sell my soul. Did he? Maybe. I'm just kidding.
No, I did. I convinced you that you had to like sell your soul, and then you had to like cut like your hand or some crazy fucking shit that I was fucking with you.
You should have been an actor, my friend.
And Frankie was serious about this. He was like, hell yeah, bro.
I was drunk.
You were drunk. You were, yeah.
So
it almost happened.
No, and then we met a different group of people, or we met our
so
wait, we gotta go back to how we met.
Yeah. So after all that happening, I ended up deciding to take a year off from school just to figure myself and figure out if this is something I really want to do, which I honestly recommend anybody who's coming fresh out of high school to figure out what they want to do in life or figure out themselves before jumping into something like that. But I took a year off. I came back ready to work, ready to network, ready to like get shit done. I knew I wanted this. I knew I wanted this. Like I knew I wanted to create, and I needed to find the right people. So one day, I think it was like a principal of photography class or some shit.
Standard class.
Standard class, because I ended up having to start over because I just left and I ended up like failing my classes that I took previously and whatever. But that's when professor, I can't remember which one, but they introduced this guy in the class, and that ended up being Frankie. And I'll let you take over from there, Frankie.
So I think I started around the time that you were still gone, right? Because you came back, like you said, pretty new, and I'd already been there a couple months, enough to get this job at working in the equipment room.
The cage,
where so I would rent out the equipment and let the students borrow the equipment, whatever. So I was in charge of that, and the teacher, we both had I don't think I had her. Maybe I didn't have that semester, whatever. She knew me. She wanted the intro class, the starter class, to get to know like the rules of how to check out the equipment. So she had me come into the class and explain that to them. I was like, me? She's like, yeah, of course you can do it. And then she gave me a nice introduction and everything. She's like, he's a great guy to work with, get to know him, which is like
hyping him the fuck up, bro.
I felt like I was still just starting off. Like I was like, I feel like I don't know shit yet. And then but Jeremiah came after I gave
Did you have her as a teacher before?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Before
had
that,
her
or
my first
I,
semester there.
for some reason I thought she just saw this random guy working in the cage and said, "Hey, you
Nah,
know your shit." So,
she knew me. That's why she knew me from a previous class. So Jace like, heard what she said, and then like the cage was right outside of that classroom. So he like he came around the corner. He's like, "Hey, you seem cool. We should work together." Blibbity blue blah. That's where I forget. My mind works in like chunks of memory where like next we shot this project together. I don't remember how I got his help on that. And then next we're partying at his house playing beer pong. So maybe you can fill in the gaps.
So within those gaps, I walked out there because, like I said, I came back ready to work, especially after my first time experiencing the art school and trying to get shit done. I figured to weed out certain things, certain activities, and just actually get to it. And I don't know. She hyped Frankie the fuck up. I don't know why, because it's Frankie. I'm joking. I'm joking. But
he sucks, bro. He hasn't done it.
This guy, what? Really? He must be really good.
I haven't seen a single video he's done, bro.
But no, fuck. Yeah, I went to the cage where Frankie was working. I'm not sure, I think you had business cards then.
Maybe. Did I?
Or
She told us to make some, I think.
Yeah, I think you had some business cards.
In that first class.
And I think I may still have your first business card too, somewhere like locked up with.
Try to make me cry on the first episode.
Anyways, I pretty much I was just like, hey man, heard great things, obviously from the professor. Let's work, let's hang out. And you're like, yeah, man, let's do it. And I think we exchanged numbers, and then you ended up hitting me up for a project.
An interview.
Something, and
you provided,
it was like an interview. And
I had to do the interview. I had to interview somebody. You provided the person for me to interview.
Yeah, and that was one of my roommates who super talented guy. And I was like, dude, this dude would be perfect for the interview. So brought him in and we kind of hung out. And I think I helped you a little bit, like with the interview, like with lighting or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, you were definitely behind the camera helping because you know, and you also knew them.
Yeah, and I think I was helping to ask questions or some shit just because I knew this person and this guy was a stranger to you. But yeah, no, we hung out and then you became good friends with my roommate at the time, and I decided, hey, well, we're in college, we have to have some fun somehow. And instead of going around saying, hey, party, oh, come to my apartment for this party, I was like, well, what's the most innocent thing I could say where people aren't like, what the fuck? I was like, let's do Bible study. So that was our code word for let's have a kickback or let's have a party. And I invited Frankie, and Frankie got very drunk and was just like, holy shit, this is actually college. And we hung out a lot after that and collabed on a lot of things.
That's Jay. I would have to say that's part of like those Bible studies were like thanks to you, right? I mean, we were having them at your apartment. I mean, they were your creation, you know. And I just wanted to say real quick, you know, not to get off topic, but I think that's part of like how you mentioned that you had the group of 30 people of artists together. That's part of like your genius is getting like in a school of introverts like that, because you know a lot of artists can be introverts. I know I'm one. You bring people together and you know try to get the best to work with you, and that's part of your genius side.
And I think that's one part of the reason why I wanted the Bible study. I wanted to do a little different. And that's one reason why I was like, it's a Bible study. It was I just didn't want it to play out the way that past shit played out, because I mean that cops and fights and shootings happen, and it was just not
different
cool.
times.
Different times, dude. And I wanted I only invited people that, not to sound like judgmental, but I only invited people that I felt like I could mesh with, that would be great to create with, not only with me, but my other groups of friends or my roommates or Frankie and things like that. And I mean,
Because
we've had we had a couple of kickbacks before
yeah,
our parties and where I invited people and they just didn't mesh well and they just never.
most of those people that I met there through you are still people that I, could call a friend. I might have not seen them in a while, but still, whenever I pop up, they're like, "Hey, nice to see you again, Frank," or like, "Nice to hear
Yeah.
from you." So I'm sure if I came back down to the south, they would be eager to meet me. They're good people.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one thing. I think everyone in that friend group you cannot see for years and still link up and pick up where you left off,
Mhm.
which is awesome.
So what's after us meeting and the kickbacks?
Well, I want to tell this story because I think it was a few times of hanging out. Frankie was still kind of standoffish, and he made me take a personality test.
Cheers.
Do you remember that?
Fun fact: I make everybody that I care about take that test.
Yeah, even Hannah. Like when you first met Hannah, you made her take the test. That was her initiation.
Oh, D. Hannah had to pass she passed all my friend checklist with flying colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, the rest is history. We worked on projects together. We had class together. There was actually a class where it was just me and Frankie, Frankie, and
I just remember the way you talk. Yeah, how could I forget that?
oh man, we're not gonna go into too much detail on that, but there was a one time. It was just two of us in the classroom, and it was a night class as well, which we
Yeah.
both hated.
Yeah.
So we both we both weren't feeling the class. So we're you okay? Well, it's just two of us. So if one of us does not go to class, say we're sick or some shit,
Mhm.
then he'll just cancel because it's just two of us. And I volunteered to not go in. And I waited like 30 minutes and I sent Frankie a text and I was like, so he is he letting you guys out or letting you out? And you go, no,
No.
we're watching a movie.
Yeah. No, he didn't let me go. And before we'd skip over the fact that there was actually 3 people in that class, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
some. It
forgot.
was some other young lady. She ended up not staying around for the class. Like she ended up leaving the whole class, and they still let us take that course together.
With
Just two
three
people.
people. It's just two people.
It was just two. It ended up just being me and Jay. Like how could we not become friends after taking like the same class or just us two?
Just us two, man.
We had to become friends.
Yeah, that was funny. It was, I don't know, that was a fun class. It was stupid because it was just us two and he's just like talking, oh, who wants to volunteer? And he's looking at both of us. Just like, what the fuck? And we're just like, no, I don't want to answer questions out loud.
There's no sitting in the back.
There's no sitting in the back.
We sat right beside each other, right in the very front of the class.
One on each side.
Yeah. So we couldn't chat to each other.
Yeah. Dude, that was wild. I honestly don't see, they should have just gave us the A. It's like, here you go.
So
No one
cool.
else wants to join this class. And what's fucked up, it was a night class too. It was like 8 o'clock.
We would get out like
No, it was like 6 to 8. Or was no, the classes were like 4 hours.
4 hours. 6 to 10. We get out at 10 o'clock.
10.
I think. No, that's dragging it. 5 to 9. Because I feel like this
5 to 9. No, it was like 4 to 8.
Okay. I
I
believe
think.
you.
I don't know. I just know.
I remember
we
the
would end
buildings
up-
would close around 10, so I don't think
Yeah.
we were going over 10 o'clock. That's for sure.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much how we met. Ever since then, Frankie and I have been close friends, even though we do live thousands of miles apart.
I live in Alaska,
Yeah.
and Jay lives in bipolar Uruguay.
Fiji.
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 My favorite type of water.
Oh yeah, that's a rich people honor next to
Mhm.
Voss.
Yep, you can light it on
Uh,
fire. What?
But yeah, I mean that's how me and Frankie met. Like I said earlier, that every time we have a conversation together, it feels like, I don't know, just we talk about a lot of stuff that I feel like other people need to talk about. I think we both have a problem staying on topic, so you guys will probably experience that a lot, just random stories and random movements and shit like that.
Speak
I
for
think I've
yourself. I've
okay.
been so on topic. We're gonna ignore the whole I was gonna say Jolly Bee, that's mad racist. The Filipinos.
Jollibee. Oh my god. Have you ever had Jollibee?
No, but my cousin when we were talking about I was talking about the neighborhood in New York you want to go to,
Hmm.
Little Manila.
Manila City.
Manila City.
I
He
think that's what it's
said
called.
he told me to see if there's a Jollibee there because it's that usually means that there's Filipinos in the area.
Pretty much. Imagine a place where you can get fried chicken, but also rice, also Filipino sauce, Filipino desserts, and then their mascot is a bee. It's a jolly bee at that.
Jollibee.
He's
So
wearing
cute.
like a tuxedo suit
Mhm.
up top, and then the rest is no bottoms, just free balling it. So, I mean, how could you not like that?
I'm gonna draw myself as a Jollibee logo.
You're gonna draw yourself. Maybe we should have the Jollibee mascot on this podcast one day.
It's right underneath, like underneath your feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some type of like animation to the border where he's just walking across and he waves and go from there.
But you got to make it a little distinct so we don't get copyrighted.
That's facts. Um, but I don't know. On going back on topic, dude, we posted the picture of our logo a few days ago, and I think we got a lot of good feedbacks. And I think there's a lot of people who are interested and want to watch us converse. Um, which brings in to the reason why we decided to shoot this podcast. On top of just because I feel like we talk about a lot of things that I think a lot of people need to hear. Overall, did you want to take over and say why, or you want me to continue talking with my country twang?
Well, I might have zoned out. I'm sorry. I had something going on over here with my cousin. What'd you say was the next topic? Why we started?
So why the reason why we started? I was saying that I posted the posting of our logo, our graphic, the Art School Dropout podcast, and we got a lot of good feedback. We got a lot of people who are interested in regards to what we have to say and just, I guess, being part of the podcast. So I guess we should let them know the reason to it.
Oh, I already said because it's like you said. I said being more involved with art is always great. Like just another outlet. I mean, I already do Twitch. I draw. I do photography. So it's just talking about more art for me.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Just talking about it more. You mentioned did you just let Nelly in? Is that what you just did?
Yeah, I did. She was me on. This is our third cast member of the podcast.
That's awesome. You have great foresight because you saw that, her being a member. I love how she just came over to you like to the door like, hey, I know you're in there. I'm curious about what you're doing inside this room.
She loves it, dude. Like this is where we hang out in this office here. But she also has her food in here too, so she's probably just hungry.
Oh yeah, you put it. You're like she has to make an appearance.
Yeah.
You wrote this down too. You're like about 30 minutes in, she's gonna
she's gonna walk in. This is part of the script.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, the reason why we created this podcast is to give a platform for us creatives, us artists, just a place to talk and conversate and to talk about things that's on our mind, that we deal with, that we go through, or what got us into creating and what got us into
I
doing what
want
we
to
do
say that
now.
like even if like at the smallest even if it's just this, we're gonna continue on this like art journey, making art, even if it's just to document it, what we do here on this podcast, even if
Mhm.
it's just kind of doing that. I think that's pretty dope in itself. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's another thing that we're creating. It's another avenue, and whether people like it or not, this is a great way for me to keep in touch with one of my best friends, or I would say my best friend, and to help just throw ideas out there. I want to also use this platform as just a place where other artists can tell us what they're doing or conversate with us, or other people to tweet at us or message us in regards to topics to talk about. I mean, this is just the introduction video, the first episode, and I want to do a questionnaire segment. I want to add little fun things or little um, ring a ding dings of people just like, oh, well, let's talk about this, or this person dropped a new album. This person has an art show here or an art show there. Um, dude, I just
For
go
our
ahead.
200th episode, we have to have a big exhibition somewhere.
We should. We're gonna make it 200, and we should take a trip somewhere together
Yeah.
and
We,
sheet this outside of our office or our room.
we go
And
we go to Amsterdam and we sell our art on the street.
hell yeah,
There you go. That's what we're doing.
we can. I'll bring two
And
director chairs, and we could just sit and talk and just sell shit to random people.
who knows how this will grow? Like, have you seen like the way the internet is pretty crazy now? Like, celebrities are boxing each other. These like not super famous people like these TikTokers and rappers are boxing now. So who knows what we'll be doing? Maybe I'll be boxing Virgil Abloh like in 2 years 2 years from now
Hell yeah.
at Louis Vuitton.
And
Or,
I can manage you while Pharrell Williams manage
right.
Virgil.
You start making beats with Kanye West.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you never know
You never know. I see. This is one reason why this podcast is such a great idea. I mean, it's the internet, man. The smallest thing can get you viral.
no, dude. And Jay's
just how you use it.
Jay's got
And
100 different things he's plotting to do to possibly go viral.
yeah,
I won't. I won't.
pogo sticks off the roof.
I'm not gonna mention a lot of them. I'm gonna throw one out there. Shark diving.
Shark diving.
So
Yeah, man. Shh. Don't tell
that's
anybody.
I said too much.
Dude, what the fuck?
Jay's crazy.
Yeah. No, but honestly, seriously, like if you guys have any questions or want us to talk about a certain topic, even if it's just what we had for breakfast, I mean, this is just a great platform. I don't know. I get to talk to my friend, and that's
I'm in the
one thing.
I'm in the process of making our socials, so we should have a Twitter. I already put up the IG. I'm basically just telling you this, but I'm making a link tree, or I'll make a link tree with all of our. I'm gonna try to make little images to along with the like. We're gonna have a YouTube, aren't we?
Yeah. So you're gonna be able to watch this and listen to this. So you're gonna be able to watch this on YouTube. This is gonna be on our YouTube page, but
And
I'm also
ideally,
gonna
we'll post on Facebook too.
we'll post on Facebook, but I'm also going to put this on iTunes and Spotify as well.
Nice.
But Frankie is going to be in charge if he's okay with it, with our social media, and then I'll work on editing the videos, uploading things to our website, Spotify, and iTunes.
I'll do my best. I'm
We'll take
drowning in
turns with it, man.
life. No, it's fine. I'm kidding. But I'm drowning. I have nowhere to go.
We'll take turns with it, man.
It's
It's not gonna be anything too
It's not-
heavy.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Not
Heavy.
as heavy heart, which you could shop down below in the description. HHC.
See that? Get yourself a nice little logo on your arm.
I'm gonna wear my shirt next episode.
I got some new ideas that I already have plans for that. It always feels like with clothing, I feel like I'm behind because I make the design and I put on the clothing, and then on top of that,
Dude, we should collab on something.
look, would it be the art school dropouts in HHC, or would it just be a
I mean,
humble
just a collab between me and you for the
it'll be a humble HHC.
humble heavy heart.
Humble
Club.
heavy heart. No, we'll leave the club out.
We'll leave humbles out and just call it HHC and just said
It'll be a humble heart.
poetic illusion.
It'll be
Poetic heavy heart.
poetic.
Heavy poetic club. Poetic hearted club. Poetic heart club.
We're gonna have a stroke if we don't chill out.
Oh my god.
We're going all over the place.
No, I mean let's tell these people we have a few minutes left. We could talk about 20 minutes left in this podcast. Let's talk about our favorite artists, and then we'll wrap it up. That way people aren't just bored of us talking about random shit that they could care.
I don't think they could be.
No,
gotta be honest. We're entertaining.
Facts.
Honestly, I think I don't want to get too crazy here by saying this. This might be a little. I think I'm the most handsome man on the western side of the hemisphere, and then you are the most handsome man. 3/4. All right. What were we talking about?
Third quarter separate.
So
I like where you're going with that.
The Mason Dixon. So yeah, favorite artist. You start off. I know who I'm gonna say, but you can go first.
So
you want me to go first?
Yeah, go first. We'll name top 3 right now. What we're thinking. Top 3.
Shit, I only have one. So I like Keith Haring. I remember. I was gonna say.
Has this always been a thing, or
it like
recently?
But like, I've gained a little bit more interest in him after like making this shirt because it was kind of inspired with him. They likes him as an artist too, so I did some research, and once I did some research on him, I liked him a little bit more. But I've always liked his art style. I think I found out I saw his art on clothing like 2.5 years ago, and I liked it when I realized it was him, and I was like, all right, that's good stuff. But now I really know more about him because I watched a small documentary on his life, so I like him. There's this I wish I knew more about him. There's a Japanese artist that my friend put me on to through his Twitter. That's when he posts mainly his artwork, the majority of his artwork. It's like 1 million something followers on Twitter, so it's not bad. Yeah, his name is Avogado. Avogado. And that's also how you say the way you say. It's like confusing because the way you say lawyer in Spanish is abogado, but he spelled it with a 6. Anyways, maybe it's just avocado.
It could be it.
Do I have a third one? I can.
And we'll place their images on our screen just in case people don't know who these artists are.
All right.
Because I don't know the second guy you're talking about, but his name sounds cool. I love avocado.
I do too. Maybe we are brothers. Like actually.
I mean, look at our skin color.
I think
I was laying out for a little bit, so I'm a little darker.
One of us just got. I've been inside all day, so I'm just a little lighter.
Yeah.
I've been inside. I've been in a cave for weeks, so I've lost all my coloration. Really, I'm a lot darker. What was I gonna tell you? I want to kind of just go with
We need a
Basquiat.
third odd. You're gonna say Basquiat?
Nah, I don't want to. I like his stuff is cool because he works so fucking hard. Like he constantly. I think his brain is interesting. That he just constantly at one point was just drawing all over the house like a maniac. But I didn't. His art doesn't really. It's impressive. I'll go back to it. You take over.
You know
Tell
me. Okay.
Tell me your top.
So my top 3 recently, which as of today, I actually discovered. I'm not sure if you guys remember the pack. Like got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers, or because they look like sneakers. They also did in my car. Anyways, the pack: Young L, Uno, Stunner Man, Little B. I forgot about the Base God. Can't forget about Base God.
How could you?
But Stunner Man, actually, he goes by a different name. I have to pull it up, but dude is amazing. Like, it's crazy because I remember growing up and like listening to the pack and like living in California and think, oh, they're rappers. I mean, that's what they do. That's who they are. And 10 years later, find out this guy, like, because I always wondered what happened to the pack. I know Little B did his own thing. He's pretty much a cult leader now. Sorry, Nelly's in and out. But yeah, bro has amazing work. I'm trying to figure out if I could find his name.
Holy shit!
Jalil, just something. I don't know. I'll link it. I'll put it on screen once I find it. But great artist. I'm gonna call him Stunner Man because that's how I first heard of him. Was from the pack. Next guy I would say is David Choi. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct. I sent you a couple things from him, or I think you may have looked him up. But this guy's story is insane. Great artist. I love his style. I love how he paints with emotion. He creates with emotion. So he has a show on Hulu called The David Choi Show, and he interviews celebrity guests. And he just talks about personal questions and issues. And pretty much as the guest is talking, he draws a picture, and then if he feels a certain emotion, he tweaks it, adds this and that to it, and it comes out phenomenal. Like it's crazy how shit like that works, or how his mind works like that.
Yeah.
And he's like hella successful. Like I'm not sure what he did before, but I know he went to prison in like Japan or Korea or some shit. But he's like worth $300 million, which is crazy. And he just, I don't know, he just paints with emotion. My third favorite, I would say this guy, Chuck Styles, African American artist, painter, digital artist, who's becoming pretty huge now from social media and just like people sharing his shit, celebrities buying his stuff, things like that. I don't know, like those 3 guys inspire me to create in a platform like that. Just digital art, illustration, painting on canvases, things like that. But I don't know. Overall, I mean, that's who I've been fucking with lately. So
I feel like I did not do a good enough job of saying why I like those artists. Now I'm just like hearing you go over why you like them. So I didn't even say Keith Haring. I liked him. I like his style. It's very minimalistic. It's very like you see it. So it's very like simple, but yet it tells a story. Same thing with Avocado. His stuff is very
avocado.
Avocado.
I'm gonna add that bit.
It's very. It's like it's cartoonish, but he tells very powerful stories in there, like about dealing with life from a young age to even things that older adults can resonate with. So I wish I could have thought of a third one. I can't. I should go look at more art. That's why I'm here, right? We can talk
I
about
mean,
more
like Jeremiah Humbles.
art. Jeremiah that has some really atrocious. Not yeah, like Jay. This is another one of my favorite artists. I like
Aw.
his. I like his style. Jay, your shit is simple and clean. It's the way that you're making me feel tonight.
No, it's amazing how, because I think we talked about before in regards to just creative blocks and um days where we feel like creating and we can't create. uh I told you about how if I'm having this blockage or if I don't want to create or I do want to create, nothing comes to fruition. I start looking at other artists and I see how I can learn their styles or learn how to thing to put my own style to what they're doing and create something new as motivation. I do that with like filmmaking. I do that with photography, which I definitely need to do more. Just because I don't know, I'm
Is
taking
is that
interest in
why?
it.
Is that why you drew our logo in that style? Because I want to say that that's almost. It's like I see your style, what I seen in your like old art, but what I was saying when I called your stuff simple and clean, the colors are very calm in your
Mm-hmm.
previous artwork that I've seen on IG, and I like that. It's like I would compare your artwork to like sipping tea. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
mad calming, and then
Yeah.
this
Aw.
I there's not I'm not saying it's not your style, but you even told me that you were trying to like make it look like something like, and that's hard to do. You caught like kind of copied a style. You made it like when people look at it, they kind of see that. Can I say the cartoon?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Steven
yeah.
Universe.
They're supposed to like see. So I feel like I look like the Steven Universe, but like a Latino version.
Yeah. That.
I look like
Yeah.
me, but as Steven Universe. I love it. I think it's so talented. Like it's really fucking amazing how you made me look like that. How your character still looks like you, but in that art world.
No. No. Yeah.
Did you take that inspiration and try to make it look like that?
Yeah. I mean, overall, I wanted something. I was trying to think in regards to our personalities and our style and things that we're into. And I was watching an episode of Steven Universe and I was like, fuck, like that would be cool as a logo. That would be cool if I could create us as these characters from Steven Universe, but also put
Mhm.
my style to it. I mean, like pastel colors, bright colors like that. I've been doing that since day one, and I love that there are other artists out there using that platform, using that something bright, something cherry to something different. And I don't know. I look at that as my signature. I mean, you could go back through my IG, and that's the shit that I was fucking with. I'm not sure why I created that or why I felt like that was like my trademark, but I don't know. I just wanted to do that. I wanted to incorporate that, but also something that I thought was cool as well. And I don't know the artist's name who draws the characters for Steven Universe, but I just thought it was sick. I thought, oh shit, it's animated. It's not like it's not like Naruto animated, but it's just like bubbly. It's happy and it's cool. It's creative, and I think that's the go-to. I'm trying to put people in the right mood. I mean, colors are a big thing, especially when looking at art or like
I don't think
emotions.
you'll be able to see it.
Are you
I
trying to
don't
pull
know.
up the? Well, they'll see the logo.
It was no, no. It was
Watching the
one. It
podcast.
was one of your photos.
Oh,
It
which
looks.
one?
It's the one with the samurai schoolgirl. Turn like she's turned around. No,
Oh, with the backpack.
with the backpack. We'll see. You drew that with the samurai sword.
Mm-hmm.
Precision cuts.
It's the name of that backpack brand. It doesn't
Precision cuts.
exist, but I just thought, could you imagine?
Jay, you're gonna be my like my manager. Well, I just found an old photo of us. I'm walking down memory lane over here now.
You're going through the IG.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, like we want guest artists, we want guest creatives on the show, the platform, just to tell us what they think. And of course, we'll ask questions, just like we want you guys to ask questions. Um, to be honest, like I'm just happy to sit here in front of this camera and talk to my homeboy. It's nice, and hopefully we can actually do this in person as well. And I mean, joke around. Um, but overall, I think this will be a great platform. It'll be great. Will be a great way
Hey,
for us to stay in touch and reach out to fellow creatives.
did you? I don't think no. Did you? Oh, can you see the Chance the Rapper?
Oh, the Chance the Rapper.
Did you draw that?
Yeah, I painted that with like watercolors and shit. And that's
Jay's
when he
always
was about to drop Chance 3.
Chase. No, I just called you Chase. Jay. I was going for Chance, and then my girlfriend's brother's name is Chase. Maybe that's why I called you that. Jay has always been a consistent artist. He's always been a consistent creative. Whether like I don't know, he just finds a way to make something more creative. Whether he's drawing or taking a photo and editing it. And I saw one of like a group of people like protesting, and he put a bunch of black bars over their eyes, and that was cool.
Oh yeah.
You've always
Uh,
been.
kind of like that was during the marches and stuff. What was that? 2016, 2015.
You know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's all love. Just like you, man.
Yeah, you know
Like
me.
just just with your style, the way you think, the way your mind works, and how you do it. How Because I feel like a lot of creatives have a hard time just going out there and doing it, and trying to run a company as well, and taking time out for yourself to create something that you truly believe in, and learning that other people truly believe in that as well. It's pretty awesome. From like photography, from dabbling into film, to drawing pictures, to taking pictures, to creating a product.
Yeah.
It takes someone with a certain mindset to do,
Think
and it's all
it's
love, man.
something I've like learned from talking to my brother. Um, just remember that like everybody has their own way of creating art. Is why I don't know widespread. Like there's different forms. It can be anything from
Mhm.
music. My brother, when I first started this brand, he was like he's a big reason because I was like, yo, why am I making clothing when I've been doing photography for so long? He's like, yeah, I know that feeling. You've like found yourself in the middle of like a lake paddling, and then you're like, where's the paddle? Like, why did I come out here all this way to the middle of this lake with like paddling, and then now where's the paddle? Why am I
Yeah.
stuck in this sort of yeah? That's how you feel. Um, just
And
keep
I mean, I
keep
feel
swimming.
that's one thing I love about just art in general, because there's so many different platforms. And I mean, it's cool that people are interested in one platform and they finesse that. But it's just like, dude, art's like poetry. You could fucking do whatever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it
Just
makes you feel good,
exactly.
that's art.
Just,
I mean, every movie that we watch, every name that, like our name, like our parents thought of that. Like, oh, I want to name this kid this Frankie. I want to name this kid Jeremiah. They created that. And then they created us and created that. And now they're sharing us with the world in a sense. And I think whatever makes you feel any type of way, that's art. You're an artist, so you create that. And if you fall in love with that trait and fall in love with that style, then
stay true to yourself. That's all
stay
right.
true to yourself. Don't sell out, but also do
Get your bread.
get your bread. Think about yourself. Think about things that make you happy, because in the end, that's really key. And take care of your mental health because
Yeah.
that's who we are, and we need all the exercises and all the resources as possible.
Money comes and goes, but at the end of the day, we only have our happiness and our loved ones.
Yeah.
Like you, Jay. I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. Yeah.
I told you not to make me
Like,
cry.
first episode, Art School Dropout podcast. Hopefully that name sticks and we don't have to worry about changing it. But if you guys enjoy and you guys are having fun and you want to be a part of this or have questions or things, ideas that you want us to talk about from our personal stories or yours, fucking hit us up. Like, let us know. Like Frankie said, we're planning on doing this for quite some time, and it's a great way for us to actually communicate as well and communicate with everyone else that we were or are going to be close with.
I look forward to growing with y'all, the people who are watching, and Jay, us growing, in our career together, growing, just like getting older and making art.
I say
Drinking.
cheers. And so the key thing, the reason why me and Frankie are drinking is just because Frankie's always been there. Every Bible study, we would get drunk and we would bake cookies.
We're just doing what we would normally do if we were hanging out.
Yeah, we're pretty much bringing you guys to our world. Yeah.
Thank you for hanging with us.
Yeah, thank you for spending the time and hanging with us.
We ready?
Yeah, salute, my
Cheers.
friend.
Salud. I'll tap.